Seeing the cat stunned, taking a few steps back, Hegel thought it hadn't heard him clearly, so he repeated loudly, "Sir Theo, please accept our Black Wolf clan as your subordinates." Theo looked visibly flustered, stammering as he awkwardly asked, "Why so sudden, Mia?" He wasn't prepared for this. Now the cat seemed more panicked than when it realized the Black Wolf chieftain was present. Meanwhile, from behind, Elka approached to eavesdrop. Still kneeling on the floor, Hegel began speaking slowly. "For a very long time, our people have revered the Black Dragon. By being under you, who is an underling of the Black Dragon, we can get just a tiny bit closer to the Black Dragon, and there'll be no greater honor for us than that." After finishing, Hegel concluded earnestly, "So we ask this of you, Sir Lord Theo." Ah, so that's what it was. Theo finally understood, and the fear melted away, replaced by the confident expression it wore daily, a signature Theo look. Crossing its arms and pursing its lips, the cat paused for dramatic effect. Letting the Black Wolf chieftain stew in suspense for a few seconds, it then responded bluntly, "Nope, nya." The wolf jolted up in shock, unable to believe its ears. Calling Theo Sir Lord was a misstep. Now the cat looked like a capitalist scrutinizing every minor flaw. He wasn't even their boss yet and already found fault. "Didn't you fail to complete Iona's task and make her angry, Mia? Seems like you're pretty incompetent. I don't need any underlings who can't get things done, you know, Nia." Criticized so directly, Hegel rose slightly, trying to show its sincerity to Sir Lord Theo. "That matter, we have no excuse for it. But didn't you even take Orin as your underling?" He gestured toward Orin, still sobbing pitifully nearby, likely deeply regretting his failure. Not only failing to rescue himself, but also dragging his father into a shameless plundering. "Orin is different. His family is rich, so he was of help, Nya," Theo remarked. Elka, having only come to observe out of curiosity, decided to leave to gather more loot. But before he could walk away, Theo asked if everything had been taken yet. The chieftain confirmed, "Yes, Sir Theo." Theo immediately ordered, "Take everything to the village and share it with the cats, Nya." Seeing Theo preparing to leave, Hegel called out hastily, Sir Theo!" Desperately trying to find the right words to persuade the cat, Hegel seemed like a merchant begging a seasoned shopper not to walk away. Theo, well aware he was about to be called back, acted like an experienced Asian mother at the market, saying just enough to ensure the seller would plead, "Fine, I'll sell it to you at a loss." Sighing dramatically, Theo softened his voice and said, "I'll stay here a few more days, Nia. During that time, find me something I like. If I like it, I'll take you under me, Nia." His face turned mischievous as he tossed a finger to himself, adding for emphasis, "And everyone, including your underlings too." Even with one eye, Hegel could see clearly that an opportunity had opened for himself and the entire Black Wolf clan. He was ecstatic, nearly grinning from ear to ear, but quickly bowed his head and placed a hand over its chest in reverence. "Thank you, Sir Theo. We'll make sure not to disappoint you." Theo nodded in satisfaction, clearly looking forward to the clan leader's performance. Perhaps after today's events, only Orin and his father would feel unlucky. For everyone else, it was a beautiful day. Under the eternally clear blue sky of the 99th floor, Sejun was carefully inspecting the seed of the demon tree, scrutinizing every nook and cranny of it. Under the sunlight, it reflected a shimmer, making the blue hue even more beautiful. This made Sejun hesitant. "I think I might get a stomachache if I eat something that glows faintly like this," he thought. Aside from some toppings in bubble tea, anything blue and shiny didn't look appetizing at all. But the dragon had told him he should eat it to absorb its power. Still, the appearance made him second guess, so he held it out to Flame, asking her opinion. When it came to things containing mana, Flame seemed to have the answers. The little spirit examined the seed, which was half her size, and informed her master, "I can sense dark energy coming from it. See? Dark energy. And they want me to swallow it? Who knows if it'll grow into a tree in my stomach or turn me into some mutated version of myself." Sejun grimaced. "Can you purify this seed with the flame of purification?" he asked. "If you purify it and we plant it, then what? An uncorrupted ent will be born," she exclaimed, clenching her fists with excitement. "That's a really good idea, Master. I'll give it a try." The farmer agreed immediately, placing the seed on a thick cushion inside a basket of green onions, giving Flame some space to use her flame of purification. A group of gray bunny kids, overhearing something interesting, ran over to watch, gathering behind Flame and Sejun in anticipation. "This is fine," Flame assessed, then got straight to work. She flicked her hand, summoning the flame of purification, which quickly enveloped the seed. A loud whoosh roared like a gust of wind as the flame flared up, rising nearly a meter high. After a while, the flame shrank, gradually dimming into a soft glow surrounding the seed. When it ended, a system notification popped up with an item description. Now, the seed was a corrupted ents enhanced seed with a purification rate of 1%. Even though the number was small, it clearly worked. Sejun cheered. "It's working, Flame. If we keep purifying it like this, there is a possibility." The little spirit was overjoyed too. Nothing made her happier than knowing her powers were useful and effective. Even though there were still about 99 more rounds of purification to go, Flame was thrilled. But how long would it take to purify it fully? Instead of repeating 99 short bursts like before, Sejun asked, "Can you use the flame of purification for a longer duration?" She replied earnestly, "I think my power will recharge after a few days. Then, I can use the flame of purification again." Flame's enthusiastic response made Sejun feel incredibly satisfied. He reached out to pat the apple tree branch, as if patting her head, grinning with praise. "You're so reliable, Flame, and super capable too." Touching the spirit's head didn't have much of a feel, but patting the apple tree made Flame giggle happily. Her master was so kind, always praising her, and even patting her head. Suddenly, a notification popped up with a ding sound next to Sejun. It wasn't a message from Eileen, but an alert that the seed shop had opened. Sejun cheered with excitement. It only opened once every 30 days, and this month had been so packed with events that he'd almost forgotten. He always looked forward to this day, especially now that he had a decent amount of gold coins to choose and buy what he wanted. 3 smaller notifications appeared in quick succession. Park Sejun's grade, normal, showing 4 types of seeds to be sold to you at random. You are allowed to use at most 5 tower coin with your current grade. Then 4 boxes popped up, showing the prices and names of the seeds for him to consider. The first option was 50 black bean seeds for 5 tower coins. The second was 100 radish seeds for just 1 tower coin. The most expensive was 25 pumpkin seeds for 5 tower coins, and the cheapest option was 500 onion seeds, also for 5 tower coins. Even though Sejun had made money selling his farm produce, he was still shocked enough to gape at the prices. Huh? Why are they so much more expensive than the last time the seed shop opened? He remembered that 100 radish seeds only cost 0.1 tower coins before. Now it had skyrocketed to a full 1 tower coin, 10 times higher. A gray bunny chimed in. "Peek! It's probably because of what's happening on the 67th floor, Uncle." Sejun blinked in confusion. "You mean the battle with the red locusts on the 67th floor? What does that have to do with this? I'm on the 99th floor, and this is a seed shop system. How are they related?" The bunny explained. "Back when the Red Ribbon Kingdom on our floor fell to the red locusts, the whole tower faced a severe food supply shortage because our floor was the biggest grain producer. That led to a terrible famine." Just recalling it made both bunny kids shiver. It happened a long time ago, but when people heard about the battle on the 67th floor, residents of many floors who experienced that famine started hoarding food supplies in large quantities immediately. But if people are just stockpiling food, it's not a huge problem. The real issue is grid. That great landlord on the 55th floor, who benefited during the last famine, definitely won't miss this chance. He's likely plotting a scheme to accelerate the skyrocketing food prices further. Peak, that guy Grid, who has loads of money, might already be hoarding massive supplies in his storage. Once the food supply runs out, he'll sell it at exorbitant prices. He'll get richer while others can't afford anything. The bunny added, "It seems like the 99th floor is already feeling the effects, Uncle Peak." The 2 bunny kids explained their worries, and though Sejun didn't want to admit it, he had to agree. "You're right, I've heard about this situation before." The wolves also mentioned that this battle won't end easily. Because Sejun's farm already produced food, he hadn't been directly affected, until now, when the skyrocketing seed prices hit him hard. The main solution was to end the battle on the 67th floor. But how? His blade green onions were no longer as effective as before. Planting them in bulk wasn't going to cut it anymore. There must be a better way. I need to think of a solution. But for now, there was a more pressing decision to make. What should I buy? Sejun stared at the options, weighing his choices. If he bought 2 types of seeds, it would exceed the 5 tower coin limit, so he could only pick one. Black beans seem a bit vague. There aren't many dishes for them. Just radishes? Eating radish by itself doesn't feel right, does it? Pumpkins? I already have carrots and sweet potatoes, which are similar. Onions it is. As soon as he tapped to purchase the onion seeds, the system notified him, You have successfully purchased 500 onion seeds. A total of 5 tower coins were deducted from Park Sejun's seed bank account, and he was rewarded with 50 seed shop points. You now have a total of 106 seed shop points. Thank you for using the seed shop. Immediately after the final notification, another message popped up. You will be able to access level 2 of the seed shop in 30 days. A small red pouch tied with a ribbon dropped into Sejun's hands. The feeling of holding a new seed still gave him the same thrill as before. Looking down at Red Flame, Sejun explained, "Onions remove fishy odors and add sweetness, so they work well in most dishes. This will definitely be helpful." Although she couldn't eat it herself, Flame's eyes sparkled as she listened. "It sounds delicious," she exclaimed. Just as Sejun was about to plant the seeds in excitement, another notification popped up, a message from the tower manager. Smiling, he greeted her. "Eileen, did you sleep well?" The tower manager replied, saying she had heard bits and pieces from Kuang. She asked, "Did you meet my father and grandfather?" Sejun nodded. "Yes, I met Sir Anton and Sir Kaiser through the stone statue you gave me." Without commenting on that, Aileen continued, "Where is that stone statue now?" Sejun answered honestly, "It's outside." After defeating the corrupted Ents, the signal suddenly cut off. Before he could say more, a deep male voice called out from above, "Park Sejun, are you inside?" Looking up, Sejun saw the silhouette of a dragon at the mouth of the cave. It sounded just like Sir Kaiser. He must be possessing the stone statue again to summon me, Sejun thought. The message window changed abruptly. Aileen simply instructed, "Head up." Sejun, puzzled, muttered, "Huh?" Another message appeared. "Hurry." The urgency startled him. "Okay, I'm coming. Why the rush?" he grumbled, starting his climb. But as soon as he began, the notifications kept popping up, all with the same message, urging him to climb faster. Annoyed, Sejun snapped, "There's a limit to how fast I can climb, you know. Stop rushing me. I'm climbing already." As he neared the cave's entrance, the dragon's head from the stone statue loomed closer, staring at him. "Park Sejun, come quickly." "Hi, Sir Kaiser," he called out, still climbing. Before he could reach the top, another flurry of notifications appeared, accompanied by a chorus of ting, 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 ting. But this time, they weren't for him. Excitedly, Aileen's voice echoed through the messages. "Grandpa, Grandpa, Grandpa, I've missed you so much." The flood of blue message windows suddenly blinded Sejun. Panicked, he yelled, "Aileen, I can't see anything because of the status window screens." Distracted, he slipped on the green onion rope and lost his grip. For a brief moment, time seemed to freeze. Realizing he was falling from a dangerous height, Sejun opened his mouth to scream in sheer terror. But before he hit the ground, a claw gripped his ankle tightly, suspending him in midair. He dangled helplessly, shaken but unharmed. Kaiser pulled him back to solid ground, but didn't bother setting him down properly. Instead, the dragon held him upside down like a toy. Another notification popped up. The tower manager asks if you're okay. Sejun could only stammer in response. "I'm still alive." As Kaiser lifted him to eye level, the dragon glanced at the tiny notification windows curiously. "These windows, are they, Eileen?" "Yes, Sir Kaiser," Sejun replied, still hanging upside down. He waved his hands to push aside the overlapping windows, trying to read what Aileen had been saying amidst the chaos. Most of it was just her urging him to climb faster. "Aileen, why didn't you send these messages to Sir Kaiser directly? Why did you send them to me?" Sejun asked in frustration. Before Aileen could answer, the stone dragon began to weep dramatically. Tears streamed down as Kaiser pulled Sejun closer, rubbing their faces together like an emotional reunion scene. "Aileen, Aileen, my dear granddaughter, can you see your grandpa? It's been so long. Are you sick anywhere? It's such a relief to hear about you, at least this way." Sejun felt like a doll possessed by Aileen's spirit as Kaiser coddled him. He shouted in protest, "Sir Kaiser, you're a stone. It hurts a lot. Feel like you're going to grind my face off. Grandfather." But the dragon didn't listen. Sejun's screams echoed throughout the prehistoric cave. Down below, Father Rabbit found a familiar straw hat and asked, "What's that screaming sound? And what's with this hat?" Mother Rabbit shrugged. "I don't know, but it's probably nothing." Their golden-furred kits toddled along behind them, helping with chores. For them, it was just another ordinary day on the 99th floor. Eventually, Sejun's cries subsided, thanks to the calm intervention of Sir Anton, who temporarily took over the stone dragon to speak. Clearing his throat, Anton explained slowly, "Our physical bodies aren't here, so Aileen can't send messages to us through the status windows." Father Rabbit climbed up and handed Sejun the straw hat, knowing full well that Sejun would never willingly take it off unless forced. Once the hat was securely back on his head, Anton continued explaining. Even if Aileen can hear and see us, she can't communicate with us directly. Instead, you or other monsters have to relay our messages indirectly. Sejun, adjusting his hat, muttered about how overly complicated everything seemed. We're out here breaking our backs every day. Who has the time to stop and play messenger whenever a notification pops up? From behind her screen, Aileen seemed eager to ask more questions. It had been such a long time since she'd been able to connect with her family. So, are you saying the tower gate isn't opening because of some internal system issue with the tower? She asked. I thought it was because I wasn't strong enough or something. Well, it's half true, Anton replied. If your magic power were stronger, you could unlock more features as an administrator, but with your current strength, it would be difficult. This is hard, Aileen admitted. So what now? Sejun asked. Is there another way? If you two of them can connect directly, then he wouldn't have to keep acting as the go-between. Anton sighed. First, we need to assess the tower's condition. We have no choice but to identify and fix each problem, one at a time. Aileen, have you noticed anything unusual with the tower? When there was no immediate response, Sejun had to nudge her. Finally, she replied, How would I know that? Anton stared at the notification window and pointed something out. You can check using the crystal orb. Are there any alarms or signs of abnormal activity? Anything with unusual colors? Well, there are some different colors, red and blue, Aileen said nonchalantly. But I moved all of them to the trash, though. Her words hit like a thunderbolt. Anton and Sejun both froze, their mouths agape in shock. Trash? She put tower alarms in the trash? Oblivious to their reactions, Aileen innocently asked, What's with those faces? There wasn't much they could do now. Anton couldn't bring himself to scold his daughter and awkwardly muttered, Well, never mind. Let's investigate this slowly. It seemed that it would be a long time before Aileen's power fully awakened and she could reunite with her father and grandfather. Meanwhile, on the vibrant cherry tomato fields below, the rabbit family continued their work with cheerful determination.